on the banks of the Mississippi River, home to the king of rock and roll and also the Memphis Tigers, where the fans have moved the party from Beale Street and are ready for kickoff. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the AAC, the Memphis Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. So Oregon's offense will get the first crack at it here. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. It just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Moore will throw. He finds his man. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
He'll keep it himself. Makes it past the marker. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice.
And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to...
And the pass rush is a... They tackle him at the 19.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
To the air, it's Cunningham. Got rid of it just in time. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Memphis will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their feet.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. You can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find...
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Dropping back, it's Cunningham. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Guys, this offense is going to have to find a way to protect this quarterback. He has already been under unbelievable duress early in this game, and they're not going to be able to complete throws if they can't keep him standing up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Got it set up on the outside. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. Running back goes in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's James. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Sticky. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to power their way ahead. The Ducks get enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. They're getting this guy lathered up. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. More to the air. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Got his man quickly.
Man, the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
He leaves it with his back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, look out, there he goes. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Oregon. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Carolina, somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Cunningham. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you got to be careful on offense when you're dialing up the screens. You want to do them on obvious passing situations. When you're anticipating the DNs really racing up the field, they didn't have it set up that time.
And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Memphis will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes a move. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on. Their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Give to the running back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous. The defense did a good job getting him down there, but you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
He's going to pass. Got a man. It's Stewart. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. Fakes his man out. Got enough space. Touchdown Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Running it to the right. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Goes to the option. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To the air, it's Cunningham. He's going to let it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Makes the grab. It's James. Great move there. Gives him the big stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. Picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, with no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the owner.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. They'll go to the ground. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Bell. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The pitch. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Quick release by the QB. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Memphis will be forced to punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Tackled after picking up the 1st down. The Ducks are in the hurry up. The give to the back. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Here's the handoff. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. And they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
They can next guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. Moore will throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. They won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play. And they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
That pass not close. His team got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Wants to fire on second down. They'll run the screen. At the 40, there he goes. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Phenomenal play call by the offensive coordinator. You're calling screen passes to take advantage of a good pass rush, and that's exactly what happened. The offensive linemen, they just let those defensive ends run up the field. The quarterback did a perfect job holding on to the ball to the last possible second, getting it out to his running back, and man, that running back had a convoy out ahead of him.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking for a man. It's Cunningham. Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. This is a 3rd and long. Here we go. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unleashes one deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Line gets set, first down. The give to the back. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big bag. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
On On second down, he'll let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got
a shot toward the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tiger.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half, we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And wings it incomplete.
And a nice play by the defense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down.
He's off to the races. Inside the 10. There he strides his way in.
Touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions. decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Still running at the 40. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Makes his connection. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On second down, wants to throw it. Gonna let it fly. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all the throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And the Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And credit to the offense, sticking with the run, but, man, it's not working. And this defense is not budging. And we've seen them all season. They've been so dominant. I do think it's going to have to come through the air. And you're going to have to turn your quarterback loose, let him rip the football, because this defense is so stout against the run.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And I just love having matchups out wide that I know can win. Guys that are so fast on the perimeter that threaten with speed, and guys start bailing and getting out of there. And on 3rd down, and I need that yardage, I can go to them, and they'll get the first down in the cover.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They believe they can run right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
Fires to the middle, and it's incomplete on 3rd down. Memphis will be forced to punt. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as mark them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Rumbles ahead for 6 and all the way out to the 16.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. We saw something we liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Then back in their own end, a 3rd and short from the 16. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
He'll ride his man on the option. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moore will throw. He's got his man. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about...
Off he goes! And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Run in the red zone. It's Whittington. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Pulls it in. It's Smith. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Quarterback on the keeper. Keeps the legs moving. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
This quarterback does an outstanding job in his preparation, watching film and understanding when he has to pull the ball on these types of run plays. Great job keying on the defender and quickly making the right decision to pull it and then go get north and get the first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to pass, it's Cunningham. Unloads to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. They'll try to get outside. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Memphis will be forced to punt. Running it back, it's Robinson. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Comes out throwing on 1st down. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's got it on the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Casper. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
He makes a grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Let's go. Using his legs, it's Whittington. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. More to the air. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got 2nd and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got 3rd and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way.
He'll take a shot. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Blackwell. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Quickly to the tight end.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Looking for a gap. It's Whittington. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Blackwell. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
To the air, it's Cunningham. Fires complete on the crosser. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Love the route there by the tight end and man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He's got his man. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets...
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on second down. The play action fake. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the left. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A first down run on the doorstep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great stop by this defense. Second down and goal. Getting the lost yardage play. Now put your defense in a better position for third down.
He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines to stand on the result of the play. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. Fast motion from the offense. Back to throw, it's Gaines. Buying some time. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Dumps it off in the flats. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Here's a throw downfield late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back.
Looking deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Memphis. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Touch pass on the run. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. The give on the inside. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10. Give to the back. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. With the clock running, this should be the final play. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as